Hi friends, this is Wing from Outsider Comics, and this time I want to show you some cool stuff that we carry that are great for folks who are into gaming, games, D&D, TTRPGs, or who may not know they're into it yet. Like for example, we have a bunch of D&D starter sets and essentials kits in stock. They are great for folks who want to start playing but don't really know where to start, or don't want to necessarily spend a lot of money on like a full set of core books or anything like that. They are also great gifts for, I don't know, families or people you want to drag into D&D. So yeah, those are cool. Check them out. And then swinging to our gaming section, speaking of D&D, we have a whole bunch of D&D books. We are getting a new delivery pretty soon, so there will be even more of a selection. But right now we have for my favorite, Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel, which is a set of one shots written completely by people of color, a very first for Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons. And you can run it like a campaign or just pull stories and setting out from it. We, of course, have things like Player's Guide, Dungeon Master's Guide. We have Critical Role stuff, and this is a this is a really cool book for folks who are already into D&D and have like D&D stuff, but want just like a coffee table book of cool stuff. So this is Lore and Legends, and it's essentially an art book for D&D. Both so folks can get ideas and also just to look at pretty things. And then we have other games besides D&D. There's Numenera. Um, it is a very different system. I wouldn't say very different system from D&D. It is somewhat reminiscent, but it is different and something that you may be interested in if you want to branch out from just Dungeons and Dragons. We have Zweihander, like sort of a more grim and grim and dark, right? But not like Warhammer, I guess. Just grim and dark past and not future. Anyway, different RPG systems. Speaking of different RPG systems, there's Thirsty Sword Lesbians and other games powered by the Apocalypse. Great for telling stories, but Thirsty Sword Lesbians is specifically designed to tell the kind of queer stories you can only tell when two women who love swords and each other very much meet on the battlefield. And we also have some really cool indie games. Like we have stuff like Unharmed This House. It's essentially Ghostbusters the game, but more gothic and distinct in terms of property and licensing. Dan the Man Saved the Music. We only have one copy left. It's just like a punk rock RPG. Six String Games is a local Seattle-ish game company, and we love their stuff. These are like little mini games. There's like survival horror, there's journaling, there's creepy toys being possessed. So this is a good Christmas gift for people who like, I guess, who don't like Christmas or like Christmas, but also like horror. But it is kind of like Christmas themed and just like a neat little game. They call these RPG snacks because they're kind of like snacks. And speaking of, we have little smaller games like Snack Attack, just like card games like Dominion, Dungeon Mayhem. Here to Slay is another popular choice for folks who want to get into board games or like are into that adventure like board games that feel kind of like D&D, right? So we've got Here to Slay and the other game Casting Shadows. And also we have Oath. Oath is amazing. If you've not played any games by the Oath and slash Root people, give them a try. Like it's just games about really cute creatures trying to maneuver each other into oblivion in a game of empires and war and things like that. Pretty awesome. Um, we also have accessories, like for example, dice. We have our fishbowl of dice. They're 50 cents each, and you can just come and pick the dice. Pick out dice. We have Sushi Go. Sushi Go is also a great card game. Anyway, we love sushi. But anyway, dice. We got dice. We got dice trays. We also have only a few left now. We have Pride dice trays. We have an Ace one up here. Let me put it down here. right next to the other Pride dice trays. See? All the Pride. So we have a lot of dice trays, just some really cool stuff. Oh, speaking of dice, we also have dice advent calendars. So these are all themed dice advent calendars. We have one that's themed around a carnival called Raven's Fair, one that's themed around spelunking called the Lost Caverns, one that is all gothy and Halloweeny called Witch's Brew, which also comes with UV reactive dice, and also a Christmas Carol if you like really want that Christmas spirit, but you also really want dice. So these have, I want to say, anywhere between 3 and 4 full sets of dice, depending on the size, and also a bunch of little surprises. So these are really good. The dice are exclusive to these advent calendars. They are great gifts for people, including yourself, because sometimes you just want, a month's worth of serotonin opening up dice every day. And boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, I was talking about dice. I was about to bring you to our dice section, but before the fancy dice section, I should say. But before we get there, underneath our enamel pins, we also have these are kind of our mid-range mid-range in terms of price dice. They're around $10 to $15 a set, and we have just glittery, sparkly dice. We have dice with inclusion, right? We have little things in them. These have little cats in them, and I think there are some with fruit in them. Yes, this is the fruit dice, and these are really cute. So they are also pretty darn affordable for kind of fancy-ish dice. Like I said, they're in the 15-ish dollar range. We also have some fancier dice. Well, we have some D6 blocks. So if you like playing games with a lot of D6s, or you play Warhammer or whatever, we've got a few of these. We've got gemstone dice. So these are made with, I want to say, actual sapphire. They are kind of spendy, but also very luxurious. Sometimes you just want to roll up to a game and be like, my dice are literally gemstone. Got more of those in mid-range priced inclusions here, where these have shells in them. We have Liquid Core, so this is a standalone D20. That's our only standalone D20 Liquid Core that's left. We also have sets of Liquid Core dice from Crow's Nest Dice Company, and these are the 5 designs we have right now. And then we have one set of Dragon dice left, more inclusion stuff, and then we also have these gorgeous handmade dice sets from Pie Slice Dice. Right now we only have the red-ish spectrum left, and we usually have a rainbow of these, but we're gonna get restocked, and hopefully we'll get more in the black, blue, green range for folks who are into that. They are very perfect, but the thing is they may not be, they're so individual and unique and one of a kind. They may not work for your character, but you may make a new character and then you go, oh wow, I need that set of pink dice because it's perfect for them. So it's really cool. Anyway, we also have a few sets of these little mini dice left. They are, to be honest, they are a little unwieldy because they're so tiny, but they are also just a really good starter set of dice if someone's just I don't know if I want to invest too much in these, because they are small, they are also small in price. I want to say they're $4 instead of fancier stuff. These are $40, right? And these are $70 because they're handmade, but you may not want that. You may just want to be hey, I just want a $4 set of dice to start with. Other lower price options, we have other dice from Crow's Nest Dice that range from $6 to $9. Nice, and they're all sparkly. They're not actually just boring plain dice. They are pretty. But also they're kind of in the lower end of the price range. If you're I don't want to, if I don't, you're I don't want fancy stuff inside my dice. That's fine. We have you covered. We also have a couple rows of D&D washi tape left. These are from Art by Tuner a Canadian artist who was here for ECCC and kind of went like, "Hey, do you want my stock of washi tape?" And we're like, "Yes." Um, we also have D&D dice inspired jewelry from Charlie Charmery, like lots of shiny things, and also keychains. We're hoping to get necklaces in from her soon because she just started making those, and yeah, those are pretty awesome. So that's basically most, if not most. There are some other stuff lying around, but that's like, no, I want to say 95% of our gaming stuff. Like most of them are kind of, I forgot to mention cantrip candles. Yeah, of course, duh, that's why I started here. So these are very great candles for setting vibes or a D&D game, or like, just being in a different place. Like we have the library candle. This smells like library. The sanctuary candle. This smells like a stone sanctuary. Forest of Fate. It smells like a forest. Like this is amazing. And this is my favorite one, Golden Wheat Bakery. Like I don't know how D&D it is. I guess if you're in town or if you're in a tavern it works, but ultimately it smells like bread and it's wonderful. And we have these in smaller tins. We also have them in large glass versions. And we have some bigger ones that actually come with D20 in them once you burn the candle out and like you get a die. So yeah, this is our stuff. This is our stuff. Let me show you it. Yeah, this is most of our gaming stuff. Please do come by and check it out. We're not a dedicated gaming store, but we try to stock things that folks that are into, like, I guess the vibe of the store would enjoy. Anyway, I leave you with a shot of Rainbow Pride Ice and say bye.